control over the situation. A narcissist will boast that they are the greatest invention of all time. They excel in every category, from mental and physical strength to riches, charisma and accomplishment. They do, at times, play the part of the helpless victim, just an easy way to grab people's attention. They have an insatiable need for admiration. They try to wow you with their modesty before unveiling their true genius, as if you can be duped into thinking less of yourself because of it. The threat of becoming their fuel should be a constant worry. They need to keep their minds occupied, so they don't concentrate on the inevitable agony, hopelessness, and depression. By their reasoning, narcissists may see that they are not who they claim to be. Whatever is causing the noise, they should go out of their way to avoid it. Let's say the scenario plays out in real life. The reality is that they don't care about what we have to say. They venture out into the world to show you and the world what they're made of. What will happen, though, if they cannot keep you and your surroundings under their thumb? You're about to experience a lot of pain, and it won't end here. For starters, I'd appreciate it if you'd help me out by sharing this video with your friends and family so that I can get more subscribers. In addition, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel and turn on bell notifications to receive alerts whenever a new video is posted. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So, this is how narcissists act when they feel out of control and powerless. Number 1, they act irrationally. At first, they'll act completely confused, giving the idea that they can't be fooled. The narcissist is completely clueless as to why they can curb your fury. They will become defensive and evasive if you challenge their credibility or motives. They have no concept of the magnitude of the problem or the seriousness of the consequences of their actions. They'll need to take some initiative if they want to claim victim status. Instead of addressing the underlying issue, they act stupidly. Number 2, they will claim that you have offended or wronged them in some way. Narcissists have hurt feelings when you refuse to let them dictate how you evaluate them and the world. By ending all contact with them financially and emotionally, you may show them they no longer have control over you. It doesn't matter how horrible their deeds are. They'll always act as though they're innocent and mistaken. They are fond of saying things like, "I didn't mean that." In this case, when you tell them that they did something wrong, the answer is, "No, I didn't," or "How could you blame me without reason?" You know the old saying, "You're simply too sensitive." They try to make you feel horrible for them by making you the villain in their story. Number 3, all the reasons they give are totally made up. Narcissists can't put themselves in another person's shoes because they lack empathy. Their worldview is devoid of a moral compass or any concept of right and wrong. Everything they do is infused with an air of superiority and entitlement. They imagine that they can go about their daily lives generally without anyone getting in the way. Do not trust anyone too quickly because of this story. The pain they cause you is of little concern to them. They feel utterly ashamed and repentant for their past demeanour and choices. Don't believe someone else's flimsy justifications. In time, you won't be able to detect these shifts anymore. They may revert to old practices once they have faith restored in you. Number 4, they will assemble a group of people who actively oppose you. If narcissists cannot change how others view them, they may manipulate those who do. A narcissist is more than likely going to do this quietly, behind your back. Never underestimate a narcissist's ability to turn the people closest to them against you. They have, without a doubt, spent several years trying to undermine trust in the entire system. When a kid who was always polite to you suddenly turns to mean, or when a stranger begins to stare at you oddly, don't be alarmed. The narcissist has probably told multiple lies about you to those people. It would take them years of acting the part before they would admit to anyone their genuine identity. Number 5. Feelings of rage and hatred. When a narcissist loses control over you, they will do whatever it takes to destroy your self-esteem and your perception of them. They'll use every means at their disposal to cause trouble. As long as they are in charge, they will do anything they can to make things as miserable as possible for you. Narcissists aren't known for their ability to gracefully exit relationships. Conflict and hostility may occur. I can guarantee that they are attempting to pin all this sorrow and confusion on you. Number 6. If the situation isn't enough, they will use social media as a weapon. Narcissism, no matter what kind of them, they always obvious when someone refuses to adopt measures that would be reasonable, loving or caring in order to solve a problem. They won't sit down with you and try to figure things out. Instead, they'll consult your online network for guidance. They are always looking for new ways to use your information against you. Number 7. If you refuse to give in to their lies and manipulations, they will move on to the next target. There needs to be a narcissistic source that they can influence more readily. The next victim's misfortune is your opportunity to shine. You shouldn't worry about any of that. If it takes a while, be patient. This will not be easy, but it will pay off in the end. We still have a great deal of terrain to cover after this. That's it for today's video. If you found this video to be informative, it would much assist us if you would click the like button and share it with others. Please subscribe to our channel and activate the bell notification if you want to see more content like it. Please keep watching and listening. I appreciate it. This is how you permanently end the narcissist's reign when their gifts still have emotional value. In today's video, we'll discuss the thought processes behind why narcissists give presents and offer advice on how to process any souvenirs you may still have for a toxic individual. Please accept my sincere greetings. I am delighted to have you here today. You guys are the reason I can keep up my channel. I value your help continually. In order to make sure you don't miss any uploads, you should subscribe to this channel and enable notifications. Your support is greatly appreciated. Now is the time to begin. In my opinion, narcissists are emotionally fragile individuals whose primary goal in life is the suffering of others. Because they depend so heavily on others' praise, they constantly seek it. Even though they have nothing to offer, they persist in seeming superior and arrogant. Despite their ineffectiveness, they receive a disproportionate amount of media coverage. Narcissists are just as annoying as they sound, like an unwanted present presented in nice wrapping paper. They look nice on the outside, but there's just dirt and stones inside. Eliminating all references to the narcissist is an important step in healing and moving on from the relationship. Relationships with any narcissist can be challenging, not just romantic ones. When I talk about narcissistic relationships, I'm referring to any form of relationship between people or within a company, not just romantic ones. It's likely not enough to simply physically or emotionally separate yourself from the narcissist. Further action is required. Truthfully, I'm at a loss for words. Please don't think that I'm referring to anything they may have accidentally left behind in your belongings or elsewhere in your home, referring to any gifts they may have given you. Getting rid of these presents could or might not be necessary. It is common knowledge that narcissists can operate overtly and covertly. Compare and contrast the two for a while. You may bet on never receiving any gifts from your parents if any of them is a covert narcissist. They believe their duty to you is finished once they have provided you with sustenance and a safe place to sleep. When it comes to making other people happy, the blatantly narcissistic parent would have done the reverse and been more generous with gifts. Overt narcissists can be identified by the way they display their generosity, whereas hidden ones are more difficult to spot. Because they are miserly cheapskates, covert narcissists will shower you with cheap or stolen luxuries. Overly narcissistic people also tend to give pricey gifts. Narcissists who are less obvious tend to be dishonest with money as well. They rarely bring gifts, but instead rely on their charisma to win others over. Narcissists may give gifts to those they like or wish to impress. It's important to remember that the narcissist's acts are never motivated by any compassion or empathy. Donations are expected to be returned to the givers. They will convince you to loosen some of your rules in exchange for the gifts. Try not to make them angry, and certainly don't just throw them away. To make you feel loved and appreciated, your narcissist may shower you with gifts like these. Yes, you risk being more enamored with the narcissist in this way. Another instance of the narcissist's continued quest for positions of authority and superiority. They do this not because they genuinely like you or care about you, but because they have to. Although that was never their intention, it always seems that way. Instead, they gift you something only to manipulate you, and anybody else might be watching. Depending on how far down the road to recovery you are, you may need to get rid of the narcissist's gifts, or you may want to keep them around as decor. When looking at the narcissist's gifts causes you to second-guess your decision to go on with your life, it's time to get rid of them. Given the costs involved, there is no use in maintaining them. One of the narcissist's gifts to you could be the trigger for a downward spiral of grief and loss. You must return the item to them again. Nothing that stands in the way of your recovery from the narcissist should be kept. Put it in a thrift shop donation box, hold a yard sale, or burn it if you don't want it. Some people see the narcissist's presence as a reminder of how much they care about the narcissist. In contrast, others see them as a sign that they aren't going to be swayed by the narcissist's outward displays of generosity. If a gift you received from the narcissist triggers unpleasant memories, you may want to consider donating it to a good cause or temporarily storing it. Gifts from narcissists should be kept only if doing so won't negatively influence your mental health. I mention this because I know that certain narcissists will keep trying to buy you off with favors and presents until they have what they want. They will stop at nothing to win you over to their plan. Assuming you know money rewards won't sway you, the narcissist will be the one to fall for your ruse. However, you should think carefully about whether or not the narcissist's presence or possessions impede your efforts to free yourself from the poisonous individual. If anything is keeping you from fully moving on, you shouldn't hesitate to get rid of it. You've worked hard enough. Now it's time to go on to a better life, free of any lingering resentment or hatred toward the narcissist. I'm interested in hearing about other people's experiences with and strategies for dealing with narcissists, so feel free to leave a comment below. I value your continued attention to this as much as ever. If you think other people would enjoy this video, please tell them about it. Feel free to ask questions or provide suggestions in the comment space below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and wish to view similar videos in the future, please subscribe to our channel and enable bell alerts. Thank you for your time. This is how envious narcissists do everything to gain power over you. Narcissists say they love their relationships, so why do they treat them like objects? This means that narcissists expect too much from their partners and offspring in terms of affection and care. It's easy to overlook the fact that narcissists are driven by a need to be in positions of authority. Welcome to today's video. Envy and jealousy will be described to present today's topic. These terms are generally interchangeable. Jealousy is wanting what someone else has, while envy is fearing losing what you have. For a person to be envious, they must be dissatisfied with their lot in life and long for the advantages enjoyed by others, which is a common trait among narcissists, since they are selfish, self-centered, and never content with what they have. Narcissists are almost usually envious of others because they are always resentful of everything they have. They constantly need more and are never satisfied with what they have. They are experts at stealing from others. However, envy stems from feelings of inferiority and the fear of losing what one has. I'll be discussing the well-documented tendency of narcissists to feel jealous of the people closest to them. When others who bolster a narcissist's ego are too preoccupied or happy to give the narcissist their undivided attention, the narcissist experiences envy. Narcissists get into a frenzy when their supply is endangered and will go to any lengths to ensure it remains secure. The level of a narcissist's enjoyment is proportional to the amount of attention you give to meeting their wants rather than caring about what you want, because they think too highly of themselves and want to keep all the credit of your good deeds to themselves. Narcissists will go to extremes to get it for themselves if they can't have what we have or enjoy what we love. They begin slightly envious, but their jealousy quickly escalates. Since narcissistic parents in this situation will not moderate their excessive demands for their children's affection and attention, no matter how old their children get, they are a significant source of stress for everyone involved. Even if their child is grown and has a family of their own, a narcissistic parent will always want to steal the spotlight. Female narcissists are especially fond of exercising control and manipulation over their offspring and romantic partners. If one spouse believes the other is out of their control, the other will do whatever it takes to reassert their authority. The narcissist believes they have the right to the final say because they were responsible for your birth. Narcissists think of other people as objects they should control. Whether you're born into a narcissistic family or group, or meet a narcissist, you'll be instantly accepted into their fold. If you care about a narcissist, you must improve their lives and brighten up each day. When you put your needs above the narcissists, they get angry. When they're left alone, their anxiety levels skyrocket. They do not want to take any chances with their belongings. We have no empathy for their fear and worry because of how they treat others. They have a severe lack of self-awareness if they believe they can exert total influence over others. However, due to their hypocrisy, you should not treat narcissists the same way they treat others. Narcissists enjoy seeing other people experience jealousy but can't stand feeling it themselves. Narcissists routinely treated you like garbage while they flirted and tried to impress others at work. They intend for you to feel inferior and envious, so you would desperately seek their approval. Narcissists don't behave normally when interacting with others. As a result, we created this movie to teach people about narcissistic interactions. You and they keep changing the rules on each other. Although narcissists shouldn't strive to control the people they claim to love, this is often the case. Narcissists show characteristics of possessiveness from a young age. You may have been so dazed by all the love bombing that you actually believe their adoration to be pathological. Since you are now their property, they will not treat you any differently, but they also won't let anybody else come near you until they're finished with you. The fact that a narcissist acts possessively doesn't mean they really care about you. They are materialistic narcissists who care only about themselves and their fleeting goods. So, to wrap up, let's consider the big picture. You are an extension of the narcissist, and they would sacrifice themselves for your happiness. One's jealousy of someone rises when they are the recipient of one's attention, care, and affection. Your children and those of your close friends and family are more important than anyone else's. Their jealousy is motivated less by true affection than by avarice, fear, and uncertainty. Once again, I genuinely hope this video has been helpful to you in some ways. I appreciate you checking out this video. Please use the comment box below to share your views and opinions on the subject. We are eagerly looking forward to reading them. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be notified